What's good, Shadow Realm? It's your boy Reclaim Your Throne coming at you with another crazy video. But first, my goal is to get to 5,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe. And you already know, Reclaim Your Throne.
Right here, right now. It's the right time, It's the right sound. Right now. Tell the whole pipe down. Tell that nigga pipe down.
So guys, we have to break down this video. We've got a series of videos about the passport kings, and we've got some American women who are dissenters, and then finally we are going to hear from an actual foreign woman about what she's looking for in these passport kings, in these Western men who travel overseas to court them. So let's get into it. All right, guys, so the next video is going to be a dissenter who it looks like she dreaded her roots and then is kind of letting the ends do what they will. So I'm not necessarily mad at this. What I would say is I don't advise women to dread up, because in order for you to like change your hairstyle, you're gonna have to cut your hair. So if you are going to try a dread look, I would say that's the only time I would really advocate for the weaves and stuff, because you don't want to actually dread your hair up as a woman, because you kind of limit your styling abilities. But let's get into it.
Okay, y'all, I'm gonna try to make this fast, but I just found out what passport boys, this is the stupidest shit ever. And so I found...
Okay, so you see what she's saying. She said it's the stupidest S word ever. Okay, and she's crapping on the passport boys. Now, this is what I'll say. She's on TikTok talking about men and saying that, you know, going overseas is dumb, which doesn't make sense because these women have been getting flued out since the beginning of time, and especially have amped it up since the pandemonium. Y'all know what I mean by that. Another thing is, she said the S word. She cursed. And if I were to go on TikTok and say, oh, you know, women getting flown out is the stupidest S word that I've ever heard of, then my channel would be banned. My channel would be shadow banned. My channel would be booted to the shadow realm, which we are in as of now. And it's just so unfair, because these women can just say whatever they want about men, and when we flip it and start having, you know, necessary discussions about what they're doing, you immediately get throttled in the algorithm. And it's not just TikTok, it's YouTube, it's Instagram, it's Twitter, it's any social media platform besides Rumble. And it's absolutely disgusting, because our voices are being limited and they want us to remain unheard, while these women just pile on to, you know, the men.
Found out from TikTok. So I ran to TikTok. I did not pass go, so y'all can get my unfiltered response. This is the stupidest shit ever. Y'all done made TikTok pages. Let me explain to y'all. Let me explain to the people that...
So look how mad she is. She's using the angry emoji. If men were to say, oh, we're angry about women getting flown to Dubai and getting dookied on, like, we would be accosted. We would be called, you know, chauvinist, misogynist, whatever. But what is this? Okay, these women are mad that men are traveling. These women are misandrous, okay, because they hate to see men living their best lives. But when girls go on girls trips, when they get flued out, when they're going to this concert, that concert, this rave festival, and they're not wearing anything but fishnets and whatnot, a lot of men have nothing to say about that, honestly. Like, at the end of the day, we really applaud it, because we're benefiting from being able to see your hind parts for the free ski.
That don't know what passport boys, I'm about to air y'all out. Get ready. Put your coat on. I'm about to air y'all the fuck out. So what... I really ain't even take this all the way in yet. So y'all going to another country to find an easier woman, because black women are hard to deal with. We want...
Okay, so it's not... I keep trying to say this. It's not about black women. They keep saying black women, black women, black... It's not about black women. It's about Western women. This movement is centered on Western women, not necessarily black women. As a matter of fact, like I've already showed you guys before, there are way more black people in Brazil alone, not counting the rest of South America, but there are way more black people in Brazil who were transported to South America from Africa through the transatlantic slave trade than there are in the United States. As a matter of fact, there's about 120 million Afro-Latinas or Afro-Brazilian, not Latinas, but Afro-Brazilians rather, just in Brazil. That's not including any of the rest of South America. Okay, and I think Brazil's population about 250 million. So that's pretty much half of the Brazilian population are Afro-Brazilians. And the total population is about 250 million. In the United States, there's only between 45 to 54 million African Americans. You split that down the middle, and then we're about 20 million African American women. So there are actually more Africans in Brazil than just in Brazil, not even including the rest of South America. But there are more Africans, Afro-Brazilians in Brazil than there are in the United States. So it's not about black women. Black men are traveling to deal with black women. It's more about the Western mindset, because when you go to Brazil, you're going to see women who look just like this, except they're feminine. They're not angry. They're not trying to be strong and independent. They show their men that they want and need them and want to depend on them, and they want a family. And these women are not, ready for that. They're unbothered, and then they're also coming as single mothers with another man's child who, let's keep it a buck, none of these single eligible bachelors who are black men want to be raising a Pookie's child. We just don't want to do that. We don't want to deal with y'all badass kids. Let's keep it a buck.
Money, we're tired, and we're disrespectful apparently, right? So you go to another country to find an easier woman that needs your money, that needs your passport.
So we're going to debunk all of this, because the women overseas, although there are some gold diggers overseas, there are way more gold diggers in the United States. Remember Rich and Word 8 figure, that's my type. Like, bro, come on. What did Cardi B say? Broke boys don't deserve no. I know that's right. Okay, so the women in the States are way more materialistic, way more narcissistic, and they are even bigger gold diggers than the women overseas. The women overseas just want a nice life. I was watching a video from Filipina P, and shout out to Filipina P, and shout out to the Filipinos. I love the Filipino culture. But Filipina P actually was going, doing street interviews and asking the women, hey, how much money do you need a month to live? And I think they were saying between like 10,000 to 30,000 pesos, which ends up being like $1,000 in the States, if I'm not mistaken, a month. So they don't want that much money. They just want a livable wage where they can, have children comfortably and be able to provide and be provisioned for. So these women are not gold diggers at all by any stretch of the word. But she's trying to depict these women as gold diggers. And what happened to stop bashing women? Stop bashing black women, because like I said, there are more black women overseas than there are in the United States and even all of North America. So that's where the black men are going to deal with other black women who are actually feminine and who have kept their grace. But she is over here bashing those women, saying that all they want is money, whatever. And that's actually the reality for Western women, because if we go on a street interview and ask, hey, what would you rather have, a 9-to-5, a scammer, or a drug dealer, they're gonna pick the scammer or the drug dealer over the 9-to-5.
That needs your green card. Of course, she's nicer to you, and then she gets over here, she's treated better because immigrants are they have way more rights. People are more friendly.
What? So she's trying to say that immigrants have more rights than Americans. And although I would say that that probably is the case for Mexican immigrants in a lot of blue states. In the majority of the United States, an immigrant is not going to have more rights than you.
People are more friendly to lighter skinned people, mind you. So
she's bringing in the colorism argument, which is debunked because black men are going over there looking for women who are her complexion or even darker. It's not about the complexion. It's not about the skin color. It's about the femininity.
She's getting a better treatment over here in America than our moms got, than our grandmothers got. Like, of course we're fucking angry. We're struggling with our credit. Nobody taught us shit. We're all over here struggling.
So you heard what she said. Of course we're angry. We're struggling with our credit. Nobody taught us ish. Ooh, a hit dog will holler. Not all black women are struggling with their credit, although there are a lot who are. Okay, let's just keep it a buck. And nobody taught them ish. Whose fault is that? You need to be looking at your mothers. You need to be looking at your grandmothers. You need to be asking them, hey, why didn't you teach me that I need a man? Why didn't you teach me that I could depend on a man? Why did you teach me to have hatred or disdain for black men? That is not a discussion for the passport bros or the passport kings. That is a discussion that should be directed at your parents.
Struggling, we could actually be helping each other, but y'all done made a TikTok page talking shit about us. Mind you, y'all actually had me to the extent of talking shit, because if a rich Italian man comes sweep me off my feet right now, bye.
If a rich Italian man came and swept me off my feet right now, you think a rich Italian man is going to go for, I mean, she's not ugly, she's got really nice skin, but she's already admitted that she's head over heels in debt, okay? I would not put it past her that she has, I wouldn't put it past her that she's got kids, okay? So you think a rich Italian man is gonna go for a dreadhead single mother of two? Be for real. Be effing for real, as these ladies would say, okay? No, absolutely not. As a matter of fact, Italian men, you know, they I'm sorry, but they're not going for sisters. They really aren't, man. If you look at all of the dating app statistics, OkCupid, Tinder, the only people who are really swiping right on the sisters are other black men, but they have alienated a lot of black men. So that's the issue. And I'm not saying that it's impossible for sisters to date IR and whatnot, but if you think you're just finna get a rich Italian man, good luck with that, because Italian men, they prefer Italian women. Why? Because they actually cook, they make pasta, they make stromboli, they make all types of different dishes. And you women, you refuse to cook. So if you think an Italian man is gonna settle for a dreadhead sister who ain't cooking and bringing 2 kids in tow, you gotta be out your freaking mind.
See you back. But one thing I'm not finna do is talk shit about my black kings on my way out.
But you're doing that right now, though.
I'm not. Why would I do that when I know that we're all struggling together? When I see y'all and when I see that
I'm gonna stop you right there. Not all the black kings are struggling now. Maybe the Pookies and Ray Rays, but my Malcolms over here, okay, the mildly attractive, lucrative, communicative, operational, likable men, the medium ugly, lucrative, communicative, operational, likable men, the massively attractive, lucrative, communicative, operational, likable men, we're not struggling. Not in the slightest.
the black woman is the most disrespected person on this earth. I really don't understand what gives y'all you know what? Y'all deserve a woman that's gonna look 50 when she's 32. Go ahead. Okay.
So I do want to speak to that last thing that she said. Y'all deserve a woman who's gonna look 50 by the time she's 32. Let me tell you right now. And unfortunately, sisters have the highest obesity rate. So the more fat that you put on, the more you're going to age. So a lot of these 32-year-old women are 200 plus pounds. So when they're saying black don't crack, if black don't crack, then why y'all talking about all these stretch marks that y'all got? Is that not your skin cracking? Is that not your skin stretching, expanding because you're putting on too much weight? So, you know, it has nothing to do with race, really. Some women age gracefully than others, okay? Some women age gracefully than others, and a lot of these sisters are not aging gracefully. And they keep trying to say black girl magic, black don't crack. But in the reality is, if you're not staying in shape, you're going to crack, okay? So I just had to kind of debunk that. And I'm not, because like if the women in the community were going to the gym in droves and masses, then they probably wouldn't crack. But the problem is they're not taking care of themselves. They're not taking care of their bodies. They're the most obese, respectfully. Unfortunately, it doesn't bring me joy to say this, but they are the most obese. And that's a huge issue. So you're saying black don't crack, but if you put on some weight, you best believe you gonna crack, honey. All right, guys, so you saw that spicy Latina at the end explaining that yes, she wants a man to take care of her. Yes, she expects a man to fulfill his masculine duties, but she doesn't want more than the next woman. She's not asking for something extravagant. She just wants to be comfortable. And the way that she articulated that, it was very classy, very controlled. She didn't call anybody any names. And, you know, this is what we're looking for in our women. And if only the sisters could replicate this type of behavior and obedience to their men, then they would be able to get what they so seek out of these men. But they're not doing that, and that's why they're getting the results. Let me ask you a question. Let me know in the comment section, who would you rather be with? Who would you rather be with? The first woman that I showed in the video, with the lashes and the weave, and she was kind of advocating for the passport kings. The second woman that I showed in the video with the dreads, who was, you know, she was crapping on the passport kings and making excuses for why her life is the way that it is. Or the third woman in the video, the Colombian or Hispanic or Latina woman, who gracefully explained how all women want to be treated good and all women want to be put up, but it is a gross generalization to say that these women are gold diggers. So let me know what y'all think in the comment section below. You already know what it is, man. It's your boy Reclaim Your Throne. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Send your relationship questions to the email down below with a screenshot of your CashApp so I know you're paying your tithes. And you already know, Reclaim Your Throne.
Want to become an elite level athlete? Well, look no further. The Reclaim Your Throne Elite D1 training course is all you need to take your performance from subpar to the creme de la creme of athletes all around the world. The purpose of this course is to give you a comprehensive weight training, speed, flexibility, recovery, and endurance program that is meant to prepare young athletes for collegiate and professional sports. This course is packed with over 2 hours of creative, action-packed lifts narrated and coached by yours truly to assure increased strength, speed, flexibility, recovery, and endurance. Hey, I get it. Training alone can be tough and can even make you feel misguided or somewhat unmotivated. But with this course, I walk you step by step through each and every lift to make sure you're using the proper form to prevent injuries and that you're hitting the correct muscle groups to render maximum results. So what are you waiting for? It's now or never. So go ahead and get the training course today so you too can reclaim your throne.